First things first, did not take this out. This was the most unprepared situation of all time. And 10 seconds at the most. But you press the button and it's 30 seconds, and then you have to think of something to do. So this is what is this? Psychology. So I'm going to explain what is psychology. I think that this is pretty well established. Uh-oh. Maybe not so much. Did the microwave? No, let's be logical here. Okay, so people think about psychology, right? And what is this really how you're gonna make cookies for the week? This is okay. Maybe oh, there we go. I could feel it kind of. And then we get the little boop noise. Okay, so supposedly this is what everybody's like. Oh, but this is like when you're alone, and so this person is your typical woman with, middle-aged white woman, and she just is sitting there dreaming, and then all of a sudden all her dreams come true, and you can see that there's just this. Let me scroll over. I thought this was kind of cool. All of a sudden, look, see, there's other people in the world, but this is her alone. Anyway, and so that's psychology, right? Kind of. This is more biology. You can see she has a disease, and all of a sudden she realizes that this, what is it called? Infection in her stomach. All of a sudden she recognizes its existence, and then it's so. Let me kind of throw this away, and then what is it? There we go. So this is really more what psychology is like. People, something happens, and then all of a sudden they're like, ugh. So this is the point I'm trying to make here is that this is what psychology is all about. I still don't know if I need to butter the pan, but that's besides the point, I guess, that I am cooking, but I need to, oh, right. Okay, so this is what we're going for today. We need a big spoon. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. This is the most unprepared of all time, possibly. With brown sugar. So this is what the world is like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so but the reality is that there's other things happening in the world. Like, for example, how am I going to explain what is a drive? What is state? What is this that I'm even talking about right now? These are terms that I've made up for myself to explain my existence, I guess. So this is how much you need. But I looked it up, and it's like, okay, what's a more? Mores. So this is what a more is. It happens in society, and then I don't know if one can see, but this is what more is. I guess it's the sociological concept, and we're having troubles with internet. I guess what's going on here. So this is just the worst video of all time. Did we even get the thingy with the disconnection? Okay, let's go to next. So this is psychology right here. I still don't know what kind of cookies I'm gonna make. Who is this guy? What is he? What's wrong with him? I guess that there's nothing happening in there. And there are real experiments like this that happen every day, and I don't really know what this has to do with people, but it has something to do with ology, but I don't know what it has to do with people. The mouse here, I like this picture because, well, first of all, if you make it bigger, then you can actually, because this one really shows his existence. I like this one that they did with chimpanzee, and he had or a gorilla or something, and they put him in an opaque box, and there was absolutely nothing, not even little pellets or a little. See, you can see it. He does that, and then. And this. What kind of cookies? Butterscotch. And I'm going to turn on the oven because this one's quick. Obvious. This is the most classic psychology of all time. I'm going to actually skip ahead. Oh, right. This guy. Now, this is a high-tech version. But the original version, there was a psychologist who did it without the screen, and he just used a target, and slowly the little birdie, he'd hit right in the middle of the target. How did, oops. Okay, so you see that, can you see that? There's a spoon. And it's a robot spoon. And the robot spoon, I decided that I'm going to actually do just regular chocolate chips if I have them, instead of butterscotch. What is even butterscotch? So there's a robot spoon, and the psychology behind that is that just by thinking about it, they put electrodes in the little guy had them, and then he learned how to. So this happened once. This is very controversial. It happened exactly once. I don't know if I'm having a tough time or if everybody's having a tough time, but it feels like everything's going kind of slow. Oh man, no internet right now, so I'm very handicapped. Anyway, can you see there's a... Oh no, and I was gonna watch this. So there goes 3 minutes of... I was gonna watch this. This was gonna be awesome. It was gonna be so cool. Okay, don't be very careful here. So okay, there's nothing to see here. There's just a baby. His name was Little Albert. His real name was something else, but they trained this baby in order to make it. Every time that they gave him something soft, like a blanket, then they also would bang on pots and pans, and then the baby learned that soft things are bad. They never untrained the baby, which is like a rule now. And they found when he was older that he was mostly normal, except he did not like animals that much. And whenever one would come around, he needs more flour. So, oh right, what's going on here? So what does this have to do with psychology? What does it have to do with psychology? Well, when you are in this, when this is happening, supposedly there's. That's probably good. That's good right there. This, okay, so this has something to do with your phenotype, is what they call it. It's something. What is it? Um, it has to do with who you are, right? So that's what psychology is all about, who you are. And when I guess that there's some analogies with like the cupboard or something, or um, this is some, I don't know, whatever. It's obvious. It's like pretty intuitive, right? So here we are back at the beginning again, but I didn't. Here we go. Okay, here's one of those. But I can't even really zoom in that much. Yeah, I can see like the internet's off or something. So there's a comic here, and it's not funny. And one of those comics where you kind of are reading it and you're expecting something to happen, and instead it's just really not funny. And it's one of those comics where it's like, oh, actually we're drawing this we're doodling this little but there was a better one about states of mind, so that was what I really wanted to conclude with. Wow, that looks really cool. There's different states of mind, or drives. And so, for example, a state of mind is that they put electricity on the floor, and all of a sudden that mouse, or another state of mind is that they didn't feed the mouse for a week, or another one. So it's like, yeah, it's really not funny. And luckily we have it really good here, and so we don't have to even think about all this. Wow, this looks really good. I mean, these, maybe I'm over mixing it, but yeah, you can see. There you go. That's the history of psychology, is that there's all this other stuff going on here. And I don't know, I can do this pretty fast normally, but for some unknown reason this took me forever. And it'll be nice to just like have the cookies, but that's not really the message here, is that when you have oh right, this is kind of cool. So people will show up and they are in this situation. This is the psychology of it, is when all of a sudden they're like, wait, I can just have this pizza. You can see it's a really good pizza, and that is the table, and that's pretty cool. You know that those are those little plastic table so that the box, it doesn't collapse that way. Yeah, so that's what life is normally like, but so different cultures matter, and different people show up and they say, oh, some of the cultures are like, ooh, I don't know about this. This is what ends up happening to everybody. But there's a chocolate chip right here. Some people show up and they're like, see, this is America, or the U.S., and the people, actually, I think this is more common than you think. These middle-aged women who just, but they would probably not take a cookie. They would probably, actually, firsthand, I can tell you, they're too good for everything unless they have insurance on it but it isn't really even insurance. They get this weird psychology, and I'm not going to get into abnormal psych here. This is the cookies, obviously. That's what we're looking at.